I don't think it started yet. Okay, I think we're live.
I think we're live. Are we live? Live?
Maybe.
Live? Checking live? Live?
Let's see.
Are we live? We're live. Is the
live.
podcast live?
I don't know. I think so.
I think we're live. Holy shit, we are live. We are talking.
Yeah.
Well, first off, we got to start first. Fuck your God damn it. We got to start that off.
Yeah. Fuck your God damn it.
And welcome to OAF
38.
38, something. I don't know.
So, if you're keeping up with the numbers.
Oh, this is Matthew. That's Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. If you're on our channel and you don't know us, I'm not sure why you're here.
No.
But welcome.
Hi.
We're next to each other. We could actually touch each other.
Yeah. Remember, life is too short. Multi-class.
And love wins.
Today's actually the Pride Parade in Chicago as we're recording this. Sunday, the 24th of June, 2018.
We are now live on our channel, too. So
live.
Hopefully somebody...
Recording live from Fat Man Funny Studios Annex in Chicago.
Also,
and that's Cooper.
We have some pussies joining us today. Other than mine. Hey!
Yo! Okay, Cooper. Time for you to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think we got to say it again together.
Fuck yourself.
God damn it.
Fuck your God.
Fuck yourself, too.
Yeah, that's
Try it again. Take two.
Yeah.
Fuck
your God damn it. Yes.
All right.
So much better.
All right. Well, yeah. Episode 38, live in Chicago.
It was great. It was great. We've had a hell of a weekend. Here's Cooper coming back to say hi, and there's Sammy over there. Right?
Yeah, I made a new boyfriend while I was here. It's a black cat. His name's Sammy. He slept with me twice.
There was some freaky shit going on in his house. I don't even want to know. I just don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss and closed doors are wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
I'm dropped my glasses.
I'm liking this backdrop, though. It looks good.
Isn't that kind of cool?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's my life.
I like the backdrop of your life.
Thanks. It's been an interesting life. I don't necessarily say it's a good one, but it's been an interesting life.
Interesting's good, I think.
Just regular coffee, not even any alcohol in it. What the hell is my problem?
Water.
What the hell is my problem? But anyway, so Eric came up for the 150th live of the Inciting Incident podcast, which we went to last night.
Mm-hmm.
He drove 14 hours.
14 hours from Raleigh, North Carolina to Chicago, Willow Springs.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah. So it was a long fucking drive. So I was expecting Eric at like 2 a.m. Well, first it was midnight, then it was 2, then it was 4, and then he finally got here.
Yeah.
What? Right,
like 6?
Just after 6?
Yeah.
Like just after 6.
Yeah, so I was expecting a 12-hour drive, but I didn't take into account the fact that I was avoiding all the toll roads, which seemed to add a couple hours.
It did.
And I had to stop for like a quick nap because I was dying around 2 a.m.
Absolutely understandable.
Yeah. And I have to drive back right after when we're done with this. I'm probably going to head back to North Carolina driving all day. So that'll be fun.
Well, at least you got some sleep.
Yeah. He woke me up this morning. He was like, time to record the podcast.
Because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we need to do something.
Uh-huh.
And Sachi's got plans for me already because I haven't done shit all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So Sachi wants me to cut trees and stuff like that.
Oh, she's going to put you to work.
Oh, yeah, she's going to put me to work. I haven't done shit all weekend. So, yeah, she's going to put me to work.
Nice.
So my plans of going to my other D&D game are pretty much off. So that's just not going to happen.
Oh.
So, well. Then probably going to take her to a restaurant. Maybe there's a restaurant I want to take her to because it's our anniversary.
Yeah,
9
yesterday
years.
was their anniversary, and they decided that they would spend it with me, and I really appreciate that.
Oh. So we did 200. What was it? 250 or
150.
150 for the Inciting Incident podcast. And that was great. And it was great to talk with some other people in the podcasting world and reestablish some friendships and establish some new ones, maybe. So good times are had. Driving into cities sucks, which is why I don't like to do it.
Right.
So, although I love being close to Chicago, being in the city sometimes can royally suck.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's great because there's all kinds of stuff to do, but I'd rather take the train.
Right.
So, that's what I'm saying. I just don't like driving in the city. I just hate it, to be honest. There's no place to park. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. Parking. If you drive, you have to park. And parking legally where the city of Chicago won't fucking tow you is the problem.
Right.
So.
Well, I think you did a great job.
Anyways. So let's see. What are we going to talk about? Let's see what's been in the news. Children in cages. That's just wonderful. Melania Trump wearing a jacket, an expensive jacket that says,
I think it quite said that.
Close enough. It was basically the she's either stupid or ignorant. Either way, she said she didn't give a fuck.
Right.
So, although it didn't quite say that, that was pretty much what it came down to, is that she doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she's either ignorant as to what the jacket said or she didn't care.
Right.
Either way, she doesn't give a fuck. Let's see. The Supreme Court basically said that people can discriminate people for baking a cake, pretty much.
Yep.
And so I pretty much decided that everyone will go to a cake shop. I'm going to be like, yeah, I need to make a cake for birthday for myself and my man, Jose. So are you okay with that? So just to see what kind of business they are. Because if they say no, I'm just going to be like, okay, fuck you with a cactus and walk out the door.
We can do this in the live stream.
We can do this in the live stream.
We should just do this constantly.
And so it's on the webpage, the Facebook page of us flipping off Trump. The Trump Tower.
I didn't realize there was a Trump Tower in Chicago because I don't fucking pay attention to things that Trump does or has. But we went right next to Trump Tower on the bus tour, and I was like, Matthew, we have to get a picture flipping this off.
And we're all like,
fuck you, Trump.
Fuck you, Trump. Fuck you with a cactus. So,
double-ended cactus dildo.
Double-ended cactus dildo. There you go. Any one of your other offspring, spouses, whatever, can be on the other side. It doesn't matter. They're all garbage people.
No, we're going to bend in. They're both going in his asshole.
Yikes. But still, I wouldn't mind if one of his children or sycophants or wives or whatever was on the other side. Pence. Well, this is the thing, is because we understand what kind of a person Pence is. Pence is a shitbag, and we know this. However, he's a fairly typical politician. So he can be dealt with. So not saying horrifying human being. It's just that we know what a kind of piece of shit Trump is. And this is something I think that we need to talk about, is that we need to horrible person. But we need to take Trump seriously. It's the fun and games have been over for a long time. We need to make sure, excuse me, goddamn coffee's talking to me. We need to make sure that we take Trump seriously. And when he says his stupid shit, he fucking means it, because he does. He is an asshole. He is a fucking, what is that? He's a sociopath. But the shit that he says to try to appease his sycophants and his 30% of the racist United States that's out there is absolutely fucking true. So we need to make sure that when Trump says shit like fucking Space Force, he fucking means it. He may not have any idea what he's, he was like, oh, I want a parade. Well, there's a parade coming. When people were complaining about Melania's fucking jacket, the fucking Christo-Publican fascist assholes that we have in the Senate took away $10 million in food and financial aid to disabled veterans like myself. Shit. I don't necessarily need that money, but other people do.
Mm-hmm.
Other people do. People who are in way less better shape than I am need that money. And there was also something that happened where, for the veterans side, is that a bill was passed and they're talking about and wanting to do a privatization of the VA. They want to get rid of the VA. They've been wanting to do this for a long time, and they're taking steps to do it. So if you're a veteran, join the VFW. If you're not a veteran, you can join the ladies auxiliary or whatever. There are civilian versions of the VFW and the DAV and that's Disabled American Veterans, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and what's the other one? It's the armed. It's the one if you were in the military but you didn't go to war. The name's escaping me right now. The American Legion. Thank you, the American Legion. So join those events or support your local chapter. Okay. I don't like sending money to the national because national, they pay their people, but the people at the local level don't really get paychecks. So support your local posts. So do that. Support your local posts. If they got a fish fry, go to the fish fry. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are conservative and that kind of stuff, but that's just a lot of people who join the military are conservatives, but they do help veterans, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, so that brings up a point that I was thinking about. So I work at a kids' homeless shelter, and I've really gotten into the social services aspect of things lately, and that's what I think I want to work in, at least for a while. And I've noticed that probably 90% of all the organizations that help people like that and help homeless people are pretty much Christian run.
Unfortunately, but
I mean, it's great that they're helping people, but also one of the requirements they have for you to work there is you have to have a relationship with Jesus. And I'm like, you want me to have a relationship with Jesus, but I want to help people and you're not going to accept my help. It's not like I'm going to go out and preach atheism. I will respect what you're doing with your organization, but if I want to help people, you should just take my help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I've found that kind of ridiculous because I've seen that before. That's why I don't give to like the Red Kettles. What's the name?
The Salvation Army?
Salvation Army. Because there's like, they don't like LGBT, gay, trans. If you say, because when they ask you questions, when you fill out your questionnaire, do you believe in God? You say no, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
They won't help you.
And they won't help you if you're trans or gay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't believe in God. If you're not a heterosexual, you're just fucked. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But organizations like the VFW and that kind of stuff, as far as like veterans go, support the local post, support your local charities. A lot of your charities, especially the national run, the national officers all get a paycheck. And sometimes it's quite substantial. So support the local versions. So, yeah. So that's pretty all friggin' horrifying with everything that fucking happened today. Children in cages is bad. And, getting called snowflakes by the conservative right is always fucking awesome.
Stupid?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Fucking stupid. But I find it super funny is because they're the ones who are more pissed off about everything than we are. I mean, it's like, for the most part, I mean, they say that they're live and let live, but they're not. They want everybody to live and let live by their own fucking rules.
Uh-huh.
And so it's not live and let live. It's do what we say and we'll let you be okay. Well,
yeah, hide who you are and you'll be fine.
Jesus fucking Christ. And so, yeah, I just find that ridiculous. It's like they're the ones who are the fucking snowflakes, but this is just rehashing fucking old shit. So, but yeah, so I don't know. It's just fucking weird having you actually sit here.
I
know. But yeah, so we really didn't have much of like organized shit to talk about, which has been kind of a thing.
That's our fucking show. If you aren't used to that, I mean, why are you here?
Why are you here? But it's just kind of fucking weird having like Eric literally sitting here.
It's weird.
It's weird. So, but yeah, so it's been cool though. We drove around a lot.
Yeah.
And Eric didn't get a chance to ride the L, but he did try Chicago stuffed pizza, which, to be honest, that was the first stuffed pizza I've had in like 4 years because it's really for the tourists. Did have an Italian beef sandwich, an Italian sausage, and a Chicago hot dog.
Yeah.
Like from a legit place.
So if you're questioning me and you think I'm still vegan, I'm not right now. I'm heading back that way eventually. But right now, I'm trying all the meats.
Not mine.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not mine.
No.
Oh.
Oh. Gotta go.
Ugh.
Bye.
Bye. But anyway, so from legit places around, and we saw a lot of places in the city. Actually, when we went on the tour bus, that was the first time that I've actually sat through the whole entire thing. We always got off and never made it back to the bus. We made it back to the bus 3 times.
Yeah, we got off the bus and back on the bus.
Different bus.
Yeah.
But we made it back and went entirely around the downtown area and got to see a lot of shit. And I answered questions of the tour guide because I'm just that kind of a fucking nerd.
Asshole. What?
Yeah, that too. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. It was funny. So yeah, various pictures are posted on our internets.
Yeah, I got to see the bean, which was like really cool and something you have to do as a tourist.
Yeah.
Saw Trump Tower. Saw
Flipped
the
off
Sears
Trump Tower. Sears Tower. Yeah, I don't give a shit what they call it. It's not the Willis Tower. Fuck you. It's the Sears Tower.
I mean, I grew up calling it the Sears Tower, and I don't even live here. So that's what it's going to be to me, too. Ate a shitload of food and got to hang out with Matthew and his wife, and they're just the best, and they're so cute together. They're the most adorable couple ever, and they're both so nice. I mean, Matthew's an asshole, but he's also nice, and Sachi is just the nicest lady I've ever met.
Isn't she sweet? She's adorbs.
She's so cute.
She is adorbs.
I love her.
There's a reason why I married her.
Oh, and then I got to meet Hertzie and Maddie.
Yes.
And Marissa and probably some other people we've had on the show. It was just great. It was really great.
Yeah, we all had good times. It was definitely a super lot of fun.
And we got to meet Trevor, who is a patron. So thanks for being a patron, Trevor.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
We did play 12 candles?
10 candles. We
10
played
candles.
10 candles.
10 candles.
Which, if you don't know what it is, it's a horror RPG game, and I got to DM it and run them through it. So hopefully they don't hate the game because
no, it wasn't. It was a lot of fun. And it ended up being Kirk Cameron Saves Christmas, and Kirk Cameron was the bad guy.
It was
like he was
crazy.
And is. So, but yeah, it was kind of. Hey, Sachi, say hi. Hi. See, there's my wife, Sachi.
There's Sachi.
There's my adorable Oaksan. Let's see the kitty.
Oh, and that's my boyfriend.
That's Sammy. You sometimes hear him in the background quite a bit. You hear meow. He's the one who meows a lot. So I have 3 cats, if you guys didn't know. There's Sammy, the black one, Cooper, the orange one, who sometimes make an appearance. He was on
earlier.
Yeah, he was on earlier. But then there's the white one, Henry, and you won't see him. Because when people are over, he is a scaredy kitty. We love him, and he's super sweet, but he is a scaredy kitty. Although we did like Eric, and yeah.
I got to pet him last night. It was wonderful.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy. He really is.
But yeah, so 10 candles, we got to play that, and just as any standard RPG goes, it goes the complete opposite direction of how you think it will.
Oh, yeah.
And so 10 candles, you don't really know who the bad guys are, but as you go along and with like cues from the story, they start building into something. And what they built into in our game was basically Christmas was taking over the planet, and Santa was the bad guy, and dogs were turning into reindeer, cats were turning into penguins, and children were turning into elves. And it was great.
Trevor and I firebombed children. We Molotov cocktailed children.
Yeah, I thought people in this fucking group would have some sense of morality. They
Oh
didn't give
no,
a fuck. They didn't give a fuck.
It was all subjective morality. It was definitely, how does that situational morality? It was all seriously situational morality.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that was like the first
objective morality. That's what I want to say. Objective morality.
That was like the first 15 minutes of the game. They're throwing Molotovs at children in a house. Children that haven't done anything yet.
No. They had murdered those frat boys.
They didn't see them get murdered, so they don't know. But anyway, yeah. And then at the end, they just they took a plane because this guy over here was apparently able to fly planes in the game, and he just
I did a 9/11 into Santa Claus.
Oh wow, that could be the episode title.
I did a 9/11 into Santa Claus. That's beautiful. Thank you.
No one's gonna understand that.
Thank you very much. Oh my god. Yep. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and it took like what 4 hours. It was a long time.
It was. Yeah.
And we had a couple of shakes for breakfast at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then by the time we ate, it was what 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. And
I was ready to break off somebody's arm and chew on it.
Yeah. Your boy right here also had 2 ciders during the game, and I don't drink really. So
it was exciting. Great. Yep.
I've been trying to overcome my fear of alcohol, so I've been drinking. So.
Eric tried a rum and coke last night. That I had a rum and coke at the inciting incident. Why do I keep saying exciting incident?
Because it was exciting.
It was exciting. It was exciting.
The exciting incident.
The exciting inciting incident. There you go. So yeah, Eric had a sip of my rum and coke, and he went, ew.
Yeah,
that was really about it.
I had tried rum before, and I didn't like it. And yeah, I don't do fucking sweet. It's disgusting.
I love sweet.
That's why you love your wife.
I do.
The sweetest.
She is the sweetest.
Anyway,
my sweetie son. So yeah, I was actually wanting to get an amaretto sour, which is actually my favorite drink, or one of my favorite drinks. And they didn't have amaretto, so I couldn't let Eric try an amaretto sour, which I'd talked to about, like actually in person, like the day before, or earlier in the day.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. But amaretto sours actually, I like amaretto sours. So, but they didn't have amaretto.
So far, I only like apple cider, hard apple cider.
I don't like whiskey sours. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of whiskey.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
I'm not really a fan of whiskey. Well, I have whiskey, but I'm not really.
Let me just go take a swig, you know?
Straight, you're pretty hardcore if you're drinking.
You know, I'm fucking hardcore, okay?
You're fucking hardcore.
Have you seen me? I'm fucking hardcore.
Hardcore, man.
I have 18 tattoos. That has to say something.
You like pain?
Yeah. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. So, yep. Let's see. So Eric has been to Casa Mi for the weekend, and unfortunately, Eric has to go back to his life, and I need to start work to his life. It's been a vacation. You got to admit, for the drive, it's actually been a couple of nice days.
Oh, it has. They have been super nice and accommodating, and took a couple of days to spend with me, and I really appreciate them. So it's been lots of fun, and I mean it. Do you know how hard it is to even get anyone to want to spend time with me? But anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
that's him saying I appreciate you too, and I had fun.
That's like the asshole sailor in me. It's like, it's like, hey man, thanks, you're welcome.
Yep.
So
men can't have emotions. I forgot.
No. That's that toxic masculinity bullshit. And so I mean it as a joke, and people who actually know me know that I'm joking. But if you look at it from the outside, it's still pretty fucking horrifying. Toxic masculinity. Bethany said something real last night, and Bethany Furell, who is one of the co-hosts of the Inciting Incident, who was also she's the president of Chicago Atheist Society or something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but anyways, she had said that she was wearing a jacket because she said that as a woman, like her chest is large for her size. And so she was wearing a jacket, and she took the jacket off during this thing because her and someone else that was there was talking about suspenders, and how she would say that the suspenders would go about her breasts and make her breasts look bigger. And that's something that you hear, like when you're a Christian, is to not accentuate your body and that kind of stuff. And there was something that she said afterwards when I was talking to her and the man, of course, whose name is escaping me right now.
Alex
Jones. Thank you. God, I can't believe I didn't remember his name, but we're having a conversation. And so, but anyways, she took off the jacket and she's like, I don't need to be afraid of my body. I don't need to be ashamed of my body. And I stood up and said, well, as a former fundamentalist Christian asshole, thank you for pointing that out. And by the way, your shirt looks great. And then Alex and I were talking about the militarization of the police here in the United States. And it all started with the SWAT teams with Daryl Gates and that kind of stuff. And has gone over since then. And 9/11, of course, changed everything and made everything a lot more militarized. Bethany comes back up and she's like, I hate my pants, basically. I think that's pretty much a quote of what she said. She's like, I hate my jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about the jeans that she was wearing. And she says, you can't even fit your hands in most women's pockets. And the reason why is because they want you to carry a purse, to put everything in your purse and to be subjected to that fashion statement.
Yeah.
So most women's jeans, the pockets are super fucking small. While guys, we can fit all kinds of shit on our pockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know, the pockets are big. I mean, they're actually big. I mean, I can fit my hands inside my jean pockets with plenty of room to spare to fish around. And if you're a guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because when I used to wear women's pants, kind of obviously, I felt like I had to shop in the women's section.
Yeah,
I did wear guys' pants before I came out, but anyway, women's clothing in general, just all of it has super small pockets. Like you can't even fit your fucking wallet in there. And I never
No. You don't carry a wallet as a woman. That goes in your fucking purse.
Right.
Don't you know anything?
Apparently not, but I never carried a purse. Even when I thought I was a woman, I never carried a purse. So it was like, it was a pain in the ass because I didn't have pockets to put shit in. Or if I did, they were too small. Shit was falling out. I can't tell you how many times I lost like my phone or my wallet because it fell out of my pocket. Men's pants, so much better. Things don't fall out. It's fantastic.
However, our fashion is shit.
Accurate.
Everything is like fucking boxy and stupid looking, and like women have got like low-rise jeans and high-rise jeans and hip huggers, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's actually like form-fitting and accentuating, but there's also like, you know, it's the fashion is better. Well, men's jeans are just baggy, square, kind of rectangular fucking shit.
I mean, the typical guy jeans, yeah, but I will say I've been a big fan of chinos for the last 6 months, which are like the skinnier type ones.
Yeah, but as a kind of a larger size man, it's a little hard to get chinos. And to be honest, there's not a lot of guys out there who will wear chinos, like the straight Anglo-Saxon white fucking Protestant.
Okay.
I'm just saying it was like, this is part of what I was saying last night about when I said to Bethany that this is something that not only is drilled into their heads, but drilled into ours too.
Yeah.
And you know, that this is subliminal battering, I guess, and subliminal messaging that's still really hard to break 10 years later. That I can't go, hey, these jeans are great. I've got to go to the fucking Levi's section because that's all, you know, Levi's are good or whatever. You know what I mean? Well, I think the guy was Jewish anyways. But, and I mean, it's like you don't go to these fashion jeans because the people in the churches will look at you fucking funny. You just don't.
Well, that's when you decide to say fuck you to society, fuck you to religion, fuck you to all the expectations put on you by all of these things, and then you wear your fucking chinos, Matthew.
I think I should go out and buy a pair of chinos and start wearing them around.
Yeah, I got a pair for like $11 on sale at Walmart. You can get chinos at Walmart.
I hate Walmart.
I mean, I do too.
I hate Walmart.
I do too, but I'm broke and Walmart allows me to buy pants.
Unfortunately, because that's how they fucking do it. And they also pay their employees shit. But we know this.
You can go to Target though and get some for like $20.
Yeah, Target. So, but yeah, so one of the points that I brought up last night when I stood up and said thank you, and by the way, Bethany, nice shirt, is that what I was saying is that, you know, these norms were beat into us as men too. So not only to look at women this way to not be form fitting, but men too, to, you know, to subscribe to certain clothing norms and that kind of stuff. And church always seemed like it was a freaking fashion show anyways. You know, it's like, you know, how nice are your clothes and that kind of stuff. And it's just ridiculous.
And I get that's probably where slut shaming comes from. Like, that's the root of it.
I would honestly say that's a huge part of it. If not the main reason, it is definitely a big one.
Because, I mean, people even just mostly based on clothes will say, oh, look, that person, mostly women, that she's a slut, right? And she might not even have sex ever. Like, you don't know.
No, but because she's wearing pants that are, you know, a little form fitting to her butt.
Yeah, or she's showing too much cleavage or whatever.
Or the hint of cleavage. Not even, because Bethany was wearing kind of like a V-neck shirt that was a little tight. I mean, I thought the shirt looked great.
Yeah, it was not showing like anything.
No. It was a very conservative shirt by any means. And so, and it's like, but I could honestly see some of the ladies at church going, oh, that shirt's too tight. Her pants are too tight. Why isn't she wearing a skirt? Wow.
And that's why we say,
fuck your God, God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
So, well, it looks like we did end up having a topic a little bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice.
We're not totally.
No, we just stumble into shit.
Mm.
We just stumble into shit.
Kind of like the president.
Yeah, kind of like in the president. Actually, I listened to the book on audio, The Fire and the Fury by Michael Wolff. And according to the book, and I honestly see it, that he didn't expect to win. Nobody expected him to win. And then when he did, he was like, oh yeah, I meant to run and win. No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You can tell because you didn't have any kind of campaign. Your campaign was about 5 staffers that were close to you. That was your campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump tears shit up after he reads it. Like, you can't do that, asshole. Everything is saved. Oh, did you hear that Twitter said that he can't block people?
No.
Yeah, because he uses his Twitter for official fucking reasons.
Shit.
So he can't block people on Twitter. If he's posting about government shit, which he does all the time, because this whole thing now is transformed into a fucking government Twitter, he can't block people on Twitter. He can't delete posts, but I don't think he's ever going to unblock anybody he's ever fucking blocked on Twitter. Just because Twitter says you can't do it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stop. Well, because he's a fucking child. What was it? And in the book, they said that people who knew him, who, God damn it, he went to a fucking Ivy League school. He went to the same fucking school Marissa went to. And so, Ivy League school. And that he never read a book. He never bought a book, went to class, read papers, all that kind of. He doesn't even read bullet points now. Like single sheet bullet points, he won't read it. He gets up and walks out of meetings with officials and world leaders and that kind of stuff because he gets fucking bored. And so they actually think that now he might be what is called post-literate, where it's like, okay, yeah, you know how to read. You can function in society. You can read. You can talk fairly decently, even though most of his words aren't any bigger than 2 syllables.
No, they're huge.
They're huge.
Huge. Everything
is great and good. But anyways, so like I was saying, post-literate. So it's fucking frightening. So he doesn't read anything. He tears shit up, and like staffers are going behind him, having to tape fucking pages together. And so, yeah, he's post-literate, and they're like, he's a child, and everybody fucking realizes this. And now it's like we're in a fucking trade war with Canada. The Canadians, literally the nicest people on the planet.
Sorry, eh?
Yeah, they're super nice. I mean, I've known several Canuckians in my life, and they're always have been super nice fucking people. We were just on left at the Valley on their podcast not too long ago. And it was a great interview. We had a great time.
Yeah,
and,
they were super nice.
They were super nice. And it's like, Canada, can you invade? I don't know. And bring your health care with you.
Yeah, we don't care. We embrace you. No one will fight back. Take us.
Love, take us all.
Give me health care. Cover my transition.
Thanks. So yeah, it's Canada. And then he went to North Korea. Can we talk about North Korea for a few minutes? This is, oh my God. Fucking North Korea. So a lot of people, I'm sure, have talked about this already, and I'm going to put my fucking 2 cents in. So you can have my 5 cents because my 2 cents is free. Thanks, Eminem. So anyways, Trump goes there and he meets with him in Singapore. And for 3 generations since the fucking Korean War, they have wanted legitimacy. They finally met with the president of the United States. That used to mean something. Unfortunately, that used to mean something. Trump said that we will stop having exercises with the South Koreans, and maybe they're going to lift some sanctions and that kind of stuff. And what did North Korea promise? And they promised nothing. Nothing. So,
but Trump said he got the nukes out.
No, because they did everything they wanted to do, and they actually collapsed. They either collapsed the mine that they were exploding the nukes in, or it collapsed by itself. I've heard 2 different stories. I'm honestly kind of thinking that the mountain just decided to just go, fuck you, we've had too much.
Probably.
And so, but anyways, Trump got nothing back, nothing of any substance. And there should have been something of substance before he went. This is what happened with what we had with the Iranian nuclear deal. Before they met, they had things of substance already hard documented.
Oh, you mean planning?
Yes.
Planning.
You know, that shit Trump doesn't fucking do because everything is off by the seat of his fucking pants. So, you know, and like, I'm sure like at least 70% of his time is probably dealing with the Cohen probe and the Stormy Daniels case. Stormy Daniels has broken the presidency, has effectively broken the presidency. Everything else is damage control to try to save his ass and distractions from what's going on with the Mueller probe. That's it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of his day is spent dealing with this shit, and Trump drinking his fucking 12 Diet Cokes and his fucking Big Mac from McDonald's down the street because he's afraid people are going to poison him. Well, keep it up, asshole. So there are people in the White House who are totally saying like they want to separate themselves from the Trump presidency. You're like, no, I don't work for the president. I work in the White House. That's a distinction that people are making now.
Yeah.
And I would like to bring up that Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the lying mouthpiece for the administration, went to a restaurant last night and they kicked her the fuck out. They're like, we don't want you here. You need to go.
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh, I got kicked out and this is bad. Well, all I can say is cakes. Turnabout is fair play.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of 2 minds about this because objectively you shouldn't kick somebody out for like, although businesses have the right to refuse service for any reason, you know, but they kicked her out just because of who she is. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like me going in there to a restaurant and
you are a veteran. We don't
exactly.
We don't serve people that fought in wars.
Exactly. So I agree with the right to refuse service. I do. And so they refused her service because they don't like her. Absolutely. She's a public person. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like I said, this is no different than cakes, and turnabout's fair play in this case. So like I said, you know, next time I go to buy a cake, I'm like, hey, can you make one for my boyfriend, Jose? We're going to get married next week.
But by the same token, if we start refusing people service,
they do it anyways.
I know they do it anyways, but it's like hard because if we start doing it back, then they're just going to have even more fuel and reason to keep doing it.
I understand. This is game theory, where you're talking about, like, I understand the reason of wanting to take the higher ground, but in game theory, you really, to have an even playing field, and Republicans have been doing this for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
They really have. It's like the Democrats, I don't want to say liberals because most the Democrats are not necessarily liberals.
Yeah.
Like my own representative for the 3rd District of Illinois is a Democrat, but he's not a liberal. Mm-hmm. He's like where Hillary Clinton is, to be honest. He's really
like middle left,
middle right.
Middle right.
He's a middle right. He's actually a neoliberal. Would be a neoliberal. He's actually a conservative. Yeah, if there's anybody, running against him, who's a liberal, mm-hmm. I'm going to vote for him because I didn't vote for him in the primary. So I didn't. And he's been around for 7 terms, which brings me to another point I want to discuss in a second.
Okay.
But anyways, so what was I talking about? I've lost my train of thought.
Sarah Huckabee.
Sarah Huckabee, yeah. So they started playing these games a long time ago. And in order to play fair, to be fair, we need to play the same games they are. That's game theory. So abandon the high moral ground to be on the same playing field. So what you gonna do? And then in this area, there is a straight Illinois Nazi who's running against Dan Lipinski, who is the 3rd District congressman, congressman for Illinois.
You a fucking Nazi?
A Nazi, literally a Nazi running for the Republican for this district in Illinois. Literally a Nazi, Illinois Nazis. And the Blues Brothers, I hate Illinois Nazis, and they drive over the bridge and knock them all in the water. But Dan Lipinski has had this Senate seat for 7 terms. Well, for one, I think there ought to be term limits, but
yeah.
As far as representatives go, he hasn't been all bad, but he's not really great either. He's not a progressive by any means.
Right.
So, but yeah, so his chances of winning against Lipinski are about that much.
Yeah, isn't Illinois always a blue?
Well, no, it hasn't. Around Chicago and the collar counties, it's very blue.
Uh-huh.
But you get outside of, you go 100 miles outside of Chicago.
And the cornfields?
In the cornfields. And it's incredibly conservative.
Mm.
You start going downstate 100 miles or even 60, 75 miles, and it starts getting really conservative.
Do they go blue for the president usually? The presidential election?
Well, as Chicago goes, so goes Illinois. But okay. Springfield is actually pretty liberal. Like a lot of the cities tend to be liberal, like Springfield and God, I'm fucking spacing on fucking some of the cities. But anyways, the cities tend to be a little bit more liberal. Okay. Where U of I is in Urbana tends to be pretty liberal because of the college that's there. So universities tend to be more liberal areas. And so the college professors, the city itself, but like the surrounding areas, like literally the cornfields, tend to be a lot more conservative. So yeah, but as goes Chicago, so goes Illinois. Mm. So yeah, it's like Illinois voted for Hillary Clinton because Chicago went for Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
It didn't matter what the rest of the state did because 5 million people voted for Hillary Clinton in the Cook County, which is the county that Chicago's in, and the collar counties.
Okay.
And so Illinois went for Hillary Clinton. But downstate, you get 100 miles out, and it's fucking red. I don't even know if it's purplish. It's really pretty much red.
Probably. That's North Carolina. North Carolina is red everywhere but the cities.
I think that's probably pretty standard, actually. I think that cities tend to be a little bit more liberal because these fucking redneck assholes who, live out there don't know anybody else but they're fucking Christians. Yeah. That too. I love my cousin. She's great in bed. You know, that kind of shit. You know, it's yikes.
Don't worry, we don't fuck. She just gives me head. That just popped into my head. I'm sorry.
That was great. It's always about the penis. Nuzzle the nuts.
Nuzzle the nuts.
Nuzzle the nuts. So
you have no idea what that means, and that's okay. Matthew's been talking to me about nuzzling his nuts all weekend.
No.
I'm just kidding. We don't have that kind of relationship.
There was actually a really good joke about that, and it was super fucking funny.
It was great.
So yeah, that's pretty much how, like, I think, like, politics in general goes. Is like the cities tend to be really liberal because people see that not everybody is the same like them. And so, yeah, and it's just, you get out of your little bubble and you realize that, hey, not everybody is a fucking Christian. Not everybody fucking has a nuclear family, you know, mommy and daddy and 2 kids. You know, it's just not how, fuck. A lot of times those fucking cornfields have got like fucking 6 kids, 8 kids, that kind of shit. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Wow.
So you're saying that people should expand their worldview and get out of their tiny little town.
Who'd have thunk that one? Durr.
If anyone from my hometown's listening, get out. I got out. You see what happened? Don't use me as an example. But
you caught the trans.
I caught the trans, the gay, the atheist.
Oh my goodness.
Those are not bad things.
No,
you just think they are.
Yeah, you just think they are. It's okay to be all of those. All.
Yeah, it's okay to be straight too.
Yeah,
and cis.
Straight.
It's okay.
Cis, yeah.
We only hate you a little bit.
Okay. You know, I am a cis white male. You know, I was a WASP. And so that's a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant for those who don't know, because I remember the first time I was like, what the fuck is a WASP?
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, it's white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Great.
And so now I'm still white, I'm still Anglo, and I'm still Saxon, but I'm no longer a Protestant.
You just was.
I just was.
you just was.
I'm now a was white Anglo-Saxon atheist. No, it's got to be Wassa. White Anglo-Saxon atheist.
Is that a word?
No,
Japanese?
It's not.
Wassa.
No, it is not a word in Japanese. Not that I'm aware of. So, but anyway, so yeah, so we're hitting about 45 minutes, and I think this is about pretty good for our live episode. Live
in Chicago
from Fat Man Funny Annex.
Yeah. Wow. I'll have to come back again, and we'll have to do another live one.
That'd be cool.
I'll be back in like 2 months.
I don't think I could take the days off. I took 2 days off.
I know. He's so nice.
I took 2 days off of vacation. I took vacation days for you.
That's so sweet.
Oh.
I told all my jobs I couldn't work, which technically was a vacation because I don't have good jobs. I just was
if you just said you're busy and, reshift later. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
But you're going to be fucked for weekends for a while.
Oh, I'm fucked for the next month and a half. But anyway,
Yikes.
I'm looking at getting a job after I graduate. I'm graduating next month, by the way, hopefully. Yay me, finally. But I'm looking at getting a job maybe in Minnesota and living near all of the cool podcasting people.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is actually a pretty cool place. And actually, it's not only cool, it's fucking cold in Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's the only downside.
Do you like snow?
Not particularly.
Get used to it.
Right. I figure if I can make it there for a year, I can make it anywhere for a year. At least anywhere cold. Right.
Saskatchewan. Good luck.
I mean,
that's Canada. So
I know. Oh,
maybe they'll take over, and so we'll be stuck. We'll be Canada South. So
Canmerica. Fuck yeah.
Canmerica. All right. So I think that's about it for today. Are we good, Eric? I think we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah. Thanks for listening to the Odd Atheist Friends podcast, episode 38. Episode 37 will be up at some point. It's recorded. I just haven't edited it. But this one's live, so you get it first.
Yeah. So, anyways, So for the Odd Atheist friends, this is Matthew.
And this is Eric.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.